What is up, guys? Today I'm gonna pop us in, relax, and teach you guys how to trade breakout trades, consolidation breakouts. Okay, I got about one, two, three, four, five, four examples that I've looked up myself, and then the last tab we're just gonna go through it, go through NAS, just back test NAS, and pick out like seven breakouts that I see. The first 6 or 7 breakouts that I see to show that, first of all, that I'm not just picking out weird shit. I think I did pick out a loser out of one of these four. But this is how I trade breakouts, consolidation breakouts mainly. Well, honestly, for you guys, I'm going to show you guys consolidation breakouts. I also trade like trending breakouts, like just trend breaks. But sometimes that's just a little too. That kind of teaches people to like kind of force trades when they don't need to be forced. So I'm not going to show you guys that, and I shouldn't even be doing that myself either, anyways. But here's the first setup. This is consolidation breakouts, 5-minute charts, day trading. You could use this strategy for fucking anything. You could use it for the yearly chart, whatever you want to do with it. I don't give a fuck. Every strategy works. Use whatever strategy you want. Just learn it. All right. So here you go. This is the first setup here. Um, this candle's at 9:30. I'm gonna try. I hope all these are at opening. One thing I do want to say: don't ever fucking just don't trade breakouts unless you're trading in the New York session. Okay, I'm only showing you New York session breakouts. I do not trade outside of that. You shouldn't either. You should have very strict rules. I only trade during New York session. I mean, if you're somebody that likes to trade during Asian session, sure, but I wouldn't do that. You get more fake outs that way, and I would just stick to New York session. There's a lot more volume. It's a lot more better. It's a lot more quicker. We're trying to get in and out. We're not trying to be in here for a long time or no good time. Unless you're a day trader, do what the fuck you want, or not a day trader, a swing trader, do whatever the fuck you want. But strategy works. Um, let's get into this first setup. So this first setup. This is the 9:30 candle here. Obviously, it's big as shit. You guys are probably looking at this. Okay, some people would draw their trend lines like this. I am not going to promote you to make trades like this. Me personally, looking at this trade, I just don't like opening wedges. I mean, I would find an excuse to trade this, honestly, but you would lose this trade. I mean, we lost this trade. If I would have took this trade, I would have lost this. But anyways, this is not enough to just take this trade here. This is a great breakout, but this is not enough to take this trade. The first step is obviously looking at the trend direction. That is the first step. It's obviously looking at the trend direction. Zoom the fuck out, look at the trend. This is obviously downtrending. If you don't know this is downtrending, get the fuck off this video. This is in a downtrend. So we are pushing down. We are looking for a breakdown, obviously. I mean, yeah, pretty simple, right? The second thing we're doing is drawing trend lines from support and resistance areas, okay? So like I did earlier, like 20 seconds ago, I drew these trend lines here. This is consolidation here a little bit, and I'm going to draw some resistance here and some support here. So the first thing we're looking for, we're going to look over, we're going to delete every candle from here and this way out of your mind. Delete this candle and over everything this way out of your mind. We're starting from this candle. We cannot see these candles yet, okay? So the first thing, if you were to trade this, the first confluence that we're looking for is a liquidity grab, is a sweep, is a fake out, is a fake push out, which is pretty much a candle. If you don't know what that is, it's consolidating, and then one of these breaks out of consolidation and comes back in and fakes people out. That is called a liquidity grab. That is what big money and smart money uses to fake you out and to take out your stop losses, to trick you into buying into a trade. This tricks you into taking that breakout trade either here or on the retest. Doesn't matter. It is intentionally to trick you to take that breakout trade and then to move down on you. And then it wants to move down on you and stop you out. It wants to steal your stop out and just continue lower or go back up again. So this is called a fake out or a liquidity grab. It's grabbing liquidity to make a move. It's grabbing your stop losses to make a move. It's coming here, it's coming up, and then it's coming down and grabbing your stop loss. Sometimes it'll just literally just hit your stop loss on the fucking dot and just fucking explode up, and you're sitting here crying, and then you get back in, and then it does it the other fucking way. And that shit's happened to me so many times, bro. It feels like it feels like the market is just against you. Okay, you don't want to get caught in that shit. I've been caught in that when I first started forex and it was fucking diabolical. Okay, we're not gonna get you caught in that shit. So step one is look for liquidity grabs. There's no good example of a liquidity grab in this trade. So we wouldn't be taking this trade yet if the fucking thing breaks out. So if there's any candle that breaks out, we are not looking to get in yet because there's no liquidity grab yet. Okay, therefore, this break here, we have no interest. This is a good break. Ignore all these candles this way. This is a solid fucking break. This is a beautiful break. Okay, this is a beautiful damn break. But the thing is, when this break happens, we are not looking to get in because there's no liquidity grabs anywhere in the past. This is all level. We are not looking to get in. I am treating this as the liquidity grab. We are not getting in this because there has not been one yet. So in my eyes, this is still a liquidity grab, in which it was. Obviously, you can look and see that this fucking grabbed liquidity and smoked everybody that got into that. That's why we didn't get into this. That's why I'm the fucking GOAT, because I know. Alright? So let's just forget about this now. Let's just go ahead and delete this shit because we are no longer interested unless, well, honestly, we can keep it because we are still interested in it getting back in. But anyways, we come to this part. This is really where the trade is. I think I made this trade on my other account. I don't know. I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm tripping. This is consolidation right here. We like these minis. I like these mini ones personally. These mini consolidations here. This is mini consolidation to me. This is support here. Can't really see this box. Don't know why it's so white. Looks kind of cool though. And then we got support here. So this is consolidation to me. It is consolidating. It is inside this. And then, so we got our first setup. The next thing we are looking for, and when I know I said in trends, you zoom out and look which way it's trending. It's obviously trending down, but this is trending sideways. We're oversold. We're oversold. I'm open to taking any breakout at this point with this fake out, especially with this fake out. I'm open to taking any type of breakout after this type of candle. This is kind of a tricky one. This is a bad one to show for the first one, but just keep up, all right? The second confluence we're looking for is a break of structure or a liquidity grab, a sweep, and that is what it did right here. This is a perfect sweep that we are looking for. This candle right here is a perfect sweep. All right, if we go down to the 1 minute, hopefully I don't lose my fucking spot. God damn it. All right, we just fucked up. Oh my goodness, it took us all the way back to the start. My bad, guys. This is just, I have no notes. Oh my goodness. Okay. This, and you can see in the 1 minute chart, this is a great liquidity grab. It is fully outside of this. It reached this next zone, this previous resistance, and this is a great. That is a great liquidity grab. Okay, we're not getting in that. We see that's a liquidity grab. Where the fuck are we? I am not switching to the 1 minute chart again. Where the hell is it? Okay, I think I lost it, guys. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're just gonna skip. I'm gonna cut this out. Holy shit, my bad. Okay, here it is. Never mind. I don't think I need to cut it out. Alright, that's a liquidity grab there. Our liquidity grab is confirmed. We are now looking for a break either way. Especially looking in hindsight, I am totally open to looking for a breakup. This is a great grab. Now all that we are looking for is a break of structure, and here it is right here. Okay? Now we don't just get in, we don't just hop in and take the trade. We do not do that. We don't just hop in and take the trade. I mean, you can if you want. Honestly, if you want to do that, you can do that. I think your win rate will be a little lower if you don't wait for the retest. We wait for the retest. I wait for the retest. I'm going to preach to you to wait for the retest, as I think you should. This is a very tight and tricky thing. You kind of got to like really dissect this and switch to the 1 minute chart to really see this. But in the 1 minute chart, you remember looking at this, this was a clean breakout. It built a level of support there. It built a level of support there. This wick built a level of resistance. I mean, this wick built a solid resistance level, and then now after this breakout, it broke this resistance level. Then the next example would be a lot better and a lot uncongested. But this one, now it's broken, and it is in this resistance here. We are looking for a backdraw and a retest and a wick. We are looking literally for this. This candle is solid. We really want this, but in the opposite direction. We're going to wait for this candle to close. You can see it instantly retested, bounced off that. It wicked it. We're not getting in yet. Let the candle close. We see this candle. It wicks it again. It tries to get in there again. It tries to break it. It can't. It wicks it again and shoots up. About 2 minutes into this candle, 3 minutes into this 5-minute candle, we are getting in somewhere where it's good. You don't have to wait for it to close. You can if you want. You get in. You get in there, and I'm trying to get 3-to-1s. I'm placing my risk to reward for 3-to-1s, but I will take a 2-to-2 if there's too much resistance or support somewhere, or I think that it's just going to offer me 2. When we get to a 1.5-to-1, we're moving our stop losses to break even, a little over break even, and we're taking the break even if it comes down. And then and after that, we want a 3-to-1. If you want to trail your stop loss when it gets to the 3-to-1, you can also do that. So this was a solid trade. I mean, it was a very complicated one. It's a kind of a complex one. You would have to switch to the 1 minute chart for this one, but me personally, I love these tight, congested consolidations, just straight sideways. That's a very nice one for me. Let's move on to the next one, because that one was kind of AIDS. I'm sorry for showing you that one. That one's kind of hard to explain. I think this was the next one. This was the next one here. Yeah, this is at 9:30. So these should all be at 9:30. I only am going to show you 9:30 examples. I'm not going to show you fucking 5 p.m. examples. So obviously the trend lines go here. This is a consolidation channel right here. It's going up and down, consolidating down. Let's look at the trend. We're currently in the uptrend here. It was downtrending, and then the higher lows became higher highs right here, and then it slowly is going up, and then it's slowly coming down, drawing back, and still creating lower high, still lower high or higher high, and that's an equal high, but it's still creating higher highs. We're really looking for a buy here. We will honestly still take a sell in this scenario, but we should be really looking for a buy. Now the next thing we're looking for, like I said earlier, is a liquidity grab or a sweep. Oh, shit. It's a liquidity grab or a sweep. So we kind of had one here. It's not that good enough, but that's a liquidity grab there. We could be looking for a break now after that. And you can see this 9:30 candle breaks. Do not fucking get in yet. Do not get in when this candle is full down here and you're only 1 minute into the candle. Do not do that. Let it close. Let the first break of the candle close. Let the first one close, please. Okay? So obviously this is a very good liquidity grab. A lot of people bought into this. And got their stop loss ran through. They got them ran through. And it's going up. Oops. So now, after that liquidity grab, we are in buy mode. We are in not buy mode, we are in purchase mode. We are in trade mode. We are ready to enter a trade. We are ready for a break of structure. Here's the break of structure here. Obviously, the very next candle is the next break of structure. And then this one, we want to be looking obviously for the trend line break, and then sometimes I also want to look for it to break the previous high or the previous low. In this case, it's the previous high. The previous resistance is here. I'm going to use that I want it to break that as well, and I also want it to retest that level, both of these levels almost, or at least one of them. So now it broke this, and it somewhat broke this. in this, I don't know how this candle was acting live, but it looks like a trade I would have gotten into. It retested the previous resistance level. It's now support, so it retested the support level. And when it wicked that, let this candle play out a little bit. It's breaking up here. It's looking like a good candle. I don't know how it's playing out live. Maybe I'll show you a live trade after this. Maybe I'll get in some shit just to show you guys, but I don't know. And then we're putting our shit to a 3-to-1. This was a fucking amazing trade. I wish I would have caught this or seen this live. But yeah, I mean, that one was pretty simple. I mean, you guys get the gist a little bit, hopefully. Yeah, that one's pretty simple. Move your stop loss to break even at a 1.5 to 1. Let's move on. Hopefully this next one is better. What the fuck is this? I ain't even. This is so unorganized, man. Just bear with me. Yeah, where the fuck are we? Alright, let's just go to a random one. Alright, let's go to the trade I took today, I guess. This is the trade I literally took, or no, yesterday, sorry, not today. This is the trade I took yesterday. Yesterday morning. So, this is 9:30 here. We have a pretty good, this is just a literally resistance here. Just a straight square. This, I drew that there. And honestly, you could draw this here too if you also wanted to. That's also fine. Either way, it's fine. However you guys see it is fine. Sometimes I just draw both to just get to get the visual of it. So sometimes I'll just draw both, and I think I did when I made this trade. But you can obviously see if this is acting as support here, this grab liquidity here. This is our liquidity grab here. It grab liquidity on the trend line as well. This is a great liquidity grab. This happened when we were sleeping at 7:55. Shot right back up. So on this liquidity grab, this is a bank move. This is a smart money move. This is somebody with a lot of money making this move on purpose to get people to enter this trade because they think it's a breakout, put their stop losses wherever the fuck they put it, and boom, it just instantly stops them out. And they're getting ready. They're using that as ammunition and more power to make a bigger move. So the first thing we're looking for, again, is a liquidity grab or a sweep. Same thing pretty much. So we got that. We are ready to purchase. We are ready to make a trade. We are in trade mode. We are ready. The 9:30 candle comes around. It is acting fucking crazy. I remember this. It was huge. This candle was moving so fast. And just wait for it to close. Wait for that 9:30 candle to close. Just wait for that thing to close. It grabbed liquidity on both sides. We are super ready. We are super ready. We got our shit ready. We got our purchase. We got our stop loss ready. We got everything ready. This shit's so laggy. We got everything ready to go. The next candle here, grab liquidity as well. It is faking people out as well. And it came back down, stopped people out. The very next candle is a smooth breakout. That is a nice breakout. Wait for this to close. It closed there. The next candle is where we're getting in at. The next candle, this is a beautiful retest. It was very volatile though, so it's a very hard trade to be in, but it was super good. It was super good, and I kind of took a risk on this because I kind of took it. I think I got in around here actually. So boom, it's fucking around up here a lot. It's just it's rejecting. You gotta watch price action. It is rejecting this zone very nicely. It's telling me that it's going to go down, and by the close of this candle, it is literally telling you that it's going to go down. And then we got in right around here. We literally put our stop loss at the top of that wick with like 1 minute to go of this candle. And it just shot down. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty simple. That trade was a pretty difficult trade, though, I'm not going to lie. I think I took a 2.5 to 1 on that one. I didn't get all of it, but I did get, I think I got out in the same, yeah, I got out in the same candle. This was like a 20-second trade. This was this trade right here, actually, yeah. This was literally this trade right here. It was a great, that's a great move. It's very tight, but that's a great move. Let's go to the next one. All right, what are we looking at here? This one is a very tricky one. This one is probably a losing one. This is why I put this one here. This is probably a losing one. unless you got in a second time or you were really patient and played it really well. But this is a really good one. I mean, you can't. The only reason you wouldn't get in, and I'll explain it later. Let's just go through this first. Let's look at the trend. The trend is up. We're looking for a buy. We're looking for a break up. First, we need a liquidity grab. We obviously got them here at first, and then we got it here. Great wick, completely wick through and close back inside the consolidation. This is a great rejection as well, and we got a complete fake out here. This is why we wait for pullbacks. This is literally why we wait for pullbacks. This is a great close. We haven't in the last examples they were all wicked closes like this one, but this one literally broke out and closed above it and still went back down. So this is also, this had three liquidity grabs, 3 sweeps, 3 fake outs. People bought this here. People bought this here and got stomped out. All right. So this, honestly, this is something we would be ready to buy. This is a confirmation. This is a break for us. If we ignore all these candles this way, we are looking for a retest on this zone here and to buy as it comes back up. So this is something. This is just a losing trade if you got into this, because you could see this retest. This is a great retest candle. This is a great retest candle. This is all a great setup. We're waiting. The only reason I probably would get into this trade, but the only reason you shouldn't, honestly, is because of this next candle. You got to wait for this candle to close usually, unless it's really breaking above. If this candle was really flipping around and turn white up here, I would get into it. I'd put my stop loss where these wicks were, underneath these wicks. But it wicked, closed. We're not in yet. Or maybe we are. Maybe we are in. You realistically don't want to be in yet. You want to see what the next candle does. You want to see this next candle go up and then get in when it's a little above the previous candle, but it never even got above. It did turn white, so I probably would have got in, honestly, because you could see it wicked and turned white for a second, or green. It was going up for a second, but this is just a trade that you would lose if you got in there. This is just it's a good setup. This is a 10 out of 10 setup. Pretty much a 10 out of 10. And I'll say an 8 or 9 out of 10 setup, and it's still lost. You don't win every trade. That's why there's risk management. That's why we manage risk and follow rules and limit ourselves and trade by our rules. Follow your fucking rules. Follow your psychology. Me, I only take 1 trade a day, so if I lost this trade, my rule is to stop trading and do not get back in and just come back tomorrow. And it's just a tragedy that loss. But it did. If you waited for this and you didn't get in, which you honestly shouldn't, but it is very easy to get in this. I probably would get in this, but you honestly shouldn't. You could tell it's another liquidity grab. It stomped people out like myself, and then it broke again. It broke again. Tried to retest again. Didn't quite get there. Boom, boom, boom. Had a great retest here. Wicked it. This wants to go up. Great retest. We're getting in here. We're putting our stop loss under. We're looking for a 3-to-1. This trade is probably not giving us. It is overtime. I probably wouldn't sit into a trade this long at all. I mean, we're pushing it to fucking. It's like 3 o'clock by the time this trade hits a 3-to-1. I would have probably got out within an hour around here, about a 2-to-1. Put your stop loss to break even. But yeah, that's a good example of a loss, and then a good example of a good trade right after it. And here we could just we go to a trade we made today, which was honestly on US 30. I wouldn't trade US 30. I'm not going to trade US 30 no more. Not as much, probably like once, probably like 1 to 3 times a month, honestly, 1 to 5 times a month. I'm going to try to stay away from US 30 because I always have trouble with US 30. It's always choppy, and there's a lot of liquidity grabs in US 30. There's a lot of fake outs, and that's what happened today. We got very faked out. I thought it was a pretty solid trade. The only thing that makes this a bad trade is, you see, we got our things here. It is an uptrend, but it broke these lows, so we are looking for sells. It's currently downtrending. I'm personally looking for sells here. I'll take some buys too because it's still somewhat going up, but currently it is going down. So I was looking for sells this morning, and here we go. Here, I told you guys I like the tight consolidations that are going sideways. I like them a lot. There's huge breaks off of those usually. Um, where did I get fooled at? Where the hell did I get fooled at? What the fuck? Oh, okay. I see. I was looking here. Yeah, I was actually looking here. So I was looking at this consolidation zone here, actually. We had support and resistance here. I was looking here. So this is what I was looking at. I wasn't even looking at this one. That was just when I was in the trade live. I was drawing where it was support and resistance at while I was in the trade. So I'm looking here. All of this is getting ignored to the right. We have a liquidity grab here. We have a liquidity grab here. We really should be looking for buys here because technically it's still uptrending. So that's a mistake on me. That's a mistake. That's why I lost. We have another liquidity grab here. We have a very small liquidity grab here. I don't know why my computer's so laggy right now. So we're ready for a break. We're ready to buy in. We got our break here. Pretty solid break. Not a bad break. This candle is really small, but 930 doesn't hit until this candle. So we got a break here. We're looking for sells. We're looking for that pullback, that retest of this. I think I had this a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit lower. We're looking for retests. We got our retest. This is where I made my first mistake looking back at the trade. This candle is telling us straight buying pressure. This candle here is telling huge buying pressure. This is the retest here. We waited for this candle to close, and for some reason we still got in. It was a very impulsive position. It was a very impulsive entry. I remember it this morning. We got in for a 3-to-1. Probably had our stop loss around here. No, we got in way higher. We got in way higher with a way bigger stop loss. So we got in when the candle was here. When the candle was going down. Why are my candles outside of them red? We got in there when it was going down on this candle here. As you can see, it was going back up. It was very stressful. Came back down. It's currently 940. And at this point, I'm seeing that it's building a very solid resistance here. That's why that was drawn. I seen that it had a very solid resistance here. I mean, this was support. Sorry, very solid resistance here. Very solid support here. And by this candle, I knew it was a losing trade. The video is literally up on my channel. My last video, the video that I posted before this one, is literally up of this live trade, and I instantly knew that this was a loss that I'm going to lose. But yeah, this was a losing trade. You can see it's fucking around a lot. It goes to retest this again. It just couldn't break this area here, and we got faked out. We got liquidity swept. This all is a great liquidity grab. It got back here. It stomped us out on this candle and flipped up. And then it did the same thing up here. Liquidity grab again, and then finally went back, and then finally broke down without even pulling back and retesting. So yeah, sometimes your trades just don't win. I mean, this wasn't the best setup, honestly. I'd say this was like a 6 or 7 out of 10 trade that I took. Looking back at it, this was my $235 loss right here. I do regret that trade, and especially because I had the opportunity to pull out. This was a 1-to-1, so my stop loss was a little tighter, I guess. This was a 1-to-1 here, and a little over a 1-to-1, and I still didn't pull out because I've been telling myself that I need to let my take profits get hit because I let my stop losses get hit. And that is a thing you guys have. There's people, and I am one of them, especially in the past, not so much anymore, but in the past, I always let my stop loss get hit, but I never let my take profit get hit. There would be a drawback in my trade, and I'm in profit. I'm like 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1, and I'd get out. Therefore, I have a bunch of even trades. So if I'm trading anything 50%, 55% and under, you're not going to be profitable. You got to let your trades hit your take profit. That's what I was doing here. This was just a bad trade to do that with, but I was just building the discipline to let my trade hit the take profit, because I'm gonna let it hit the stop loss. So you gotta let your trades hit your take profit. It is better to do that strategy the other way around. It is better to not let your trades hit your stop loss than letting them hit your take profit, than not letting them hit your take profit. So let your trades hit your take profit. That's a huge thing as well that will change you from being profitable or not. And yeah, I know that was weird explaining. I'm not the best explainer, not the best teacher. I don't think I would ever teach you guys anything again unless this was helpful to people. Um, yeah, man, that is how I trade breakouts. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe. We got where were we at? 35 subs. Um, and like the video, comment something. Give me some tips if you see me missing something. And yeah, have a good trading morning. Have a good trade your next trade.